Okay, everything connected up, camera recording, and the moment that I've been waiting for. So, let's do this. Come on, baby girl. Trick! You're through to Oi Works. I'm the Baldy Brit Bloke, and this is my YouTube channel. Oi oi, how we doing? So, today, yeah, come with me. Come with me. I'm back on Ava, the Audi A3, or as I like to call her, the Toothless Fairy. Come on, let's go. Let's get to it. Let's go put the garage door up. Quick recap of what I'm doing here. This is where the inlet manifold was sitting, and this is what I've got to clean out in here. So I'm going to have to turn the engine by hand with a breaker bar and make sure that the pistons are fully up and it's closed off here. The big can on the right is the actual cleaner. The one on the left that says 44K, that is to go in the fuel system. That goes in the actual fuel tank. Got to pull this out and put this into a little spray bottle, and then I'm going to use it for cleaning out the ports, the chambers, the valve chambers that I just showed you. Back in the garage, in Ava's engine bay, what I'm going to do first is pull these vanes out. These just assist with the airflow and the distribution. They are quite badly carboned up. You can see all that graininess on there, that shouldn't be there. And it's even worse on the underside. And they're all like that. So I'm going to clean these first, squirt them with that cleaner, and then I'm going to tackle actually going inside the valve chambers. These should all be bare aluminum, or to use the correct term, bare aluminium. A couple of them are closed, so I'm going to clean those ones out first and then jump on to turning the engine over by hand and cleaning the other ones. Shouldn't take too long. It'll be putting the intake manifold back on that will take me the time, because that's where I lack in expertise. I apologise, the lighting's not very good right here, unfortunately. Spread it around a bit. It's incredible, this stuff, absolutely incredible. It's funny, it makes it like old sticker, backing adhesive. It's sort of reluctantly subjecting itself to being removed. But we'll get them up nice and clean, good as new. There we go, that's better. You can see what's really see what's happening there. So this one's cleaning up quite nicely. This was the one that was particularly bad. That's incredible, absolutely incredible. Something that was baked on there so hard, and watching it liquefy in front of your eyes is amazing. These have been sitting for about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. So let's see how they come up. Now if I'm correct, when I do the actual intake ports, the valve for the valve chambers, I'm supposed to clean them up with brake cleaner. So what I'm using here, these Wonder Wipes, is much milder. It's just a citrus based cleaner. I'm quite enjoying this. Interesting. I feel like a flipping little kid when I've got a project like this that I've got to work on, and I'm sort of a little bit uneasily excited about it. Can't flipping sleep at night, and this morning I was up at 5. I probably can't see it too well, but what's happening is it's actually, as it's melting, breaking down the carbon, it's actually creating like a little rivulet down to the lowest point. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I wonder if Audi and VW thought it was too good and they'd suffer on selling spare parts. Lunch lunched, and I'm back. Did you miss me? I just want to show you the extent of the carbon. It's thick, it's more than 1/4 of an inch, and what's started happening is actually breaking up. At the back of the valve chambers there, so it's quite likely that it was getting caught, crumbling and getting caught. Anyway, I'm able to turn the engine over by hand. I've just tried it, so I've turned this one to close. I'm going to start this end and we're going to work our way along. But they really are in quite a frightful condition. That one's, look at it, look at the back of that. Incredible. And this is going to take a while because it's such a thick build-up. It's not going to be that easy to film, just because of the angle of it. I'll try and get as much of it as I can. I'm going to put my gloves on. So it's just slightly puddled on the top of the valves there. We're going to leave that, and I'm going to time it for 20 minutes. And I'm going to come back and go through it with the little brush. Then I'm going to do it again. I think it's so bad that I'll probably have to do it 4 times on each valve, maybe even more. And we're back at it. I feel like a jolly dentist. Come on, open wide, Ava. Ah, stick your tongue out. Good girl. Well, it'll actually fit in there now, which it didn't before. This is the bigger one. So that's pretty neat. Okay, now for a quick spritz of the brake cleaner again. Exactly the same process now, and move on to the next one, and then we'll do the same for all of them. Alright, I will try and show you what it looks like after one, which I've just done. Well, it's like two, I guess. I'll just undo this, turn this one off, like that, and then see, that's the tops of the valves now. It's difficult to see because it's all wet and shiny in there, but it is a whole heck of a lot better than it was. Come on, you've got to show the people. Actually see the valves now without them being obstructed by the carbon buildup on the back of the valve tunnels there. So it's good, making progress. Yeah, I can actually see the sort of the colour of metal in there now, and the valve stems, they look about 3/4 of the size. These ones look about 3/4 of the thickness of the other ones. That last one is awful. It's probably 1.5 times the size of the one I've just done. Yeah, that one down there is really bad. Just quickly, so that one's cleaned, that one's cleaned out, that one's cleaned out, just this last one now. It's another hour or so and they should all be done, and then I can start putting the intake back on. It's quite exciting. I'm well pleased with how they come out. Well pleased. It's absolutely amazing how it works. Took 3 or 4 goes at each one though. It was thick, the carbon in there. And I wonder if it's so thick that it's actually affecting how the valves open and close. I might be wrong, I don't really know too much about this, but it was certainly very thick. Finished cleaning out the ports, and look at those. Look at how shiny they are. I am really pleased with how they came out. They're not absolutely perfect, they're not as good as it would be straight from the factory obviously. There's a little bit of carbon still on the tops and on the actual tops of the channels, the ports, sorry, and also on the tops of the valves. So what I'm going to do is just put a spray of that intake and valve cleaner in each of the ports, just so it's sitting in there before I put the intake back on. I don't think it will be a problem, and it will keep that carbon soft, so it will burn it off. But I'm really pleased with how they came out. Well happy, well happy. And this went back in there, I believe. Like that, sweet. Look at those. Shiny, shiny, shiny. A very satisfying day's work. It took a long time, just because of the wait times for it to soften up. Each time I'd sprayed it on to soften up the carbon, but certainly very pleased with how it came out. Interesting to see what difference she makes to running her, to starting and running her when Right, I'll put you back on the stand. Let's start getting the intake in. Right, well I'm going to call it a night tonight. It's gone quite well. And I'm starting to feel tired, and I don't want to make any mistakes. Because it only needs me to leave one fuel line off, or a water line, or something like that, or a vacuum hose, or not do a bolt up properly, and it won't start and I'll have to undo it all again. So, I'm calling it a day. Sweet. Okay. Good night, everyone. Oi oi! It's the next day. Back on Ava's throat. It's going together quite well. Just got to quickly check over what I put together last night. Make sure all the bolts are tightened. Make sure all the little pipes are connected correctly. And this is the stuff I'm using. And this stuff here, I've got to put in the fuel mix. And that's like the icing on the cake. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's supposed to clean it even further and maybe remove some of the residue from this. I'm not too sure. I've still got some of this left, and I don't know whether it's recommended or not, but I think I'm going to put it in the fuel as well. See what happens. Can't hurt. Before I actually start her up, I am going to scoot out to the petrol station and get some high octane, the highest octane fuel that they have, add some octane booster, and then throw that in there as well, so that she has the optimum fuel in her system for the first gasp of life that she's going to start. because if you remember last time, she sounded so ill. And let's get this tied up. Let's get her cracked out, shall we? Okay. Getting the bolts back on this intake manifold was a pain in the neck. There's actually a special socket designed for it, which I don't have, so I had to improvise. This is the problem with doing stuff late at night. Find I can get more done because there's less distractions, but I sometimes end up undoing what I was doing. What's happened here is I've put a little piece back on, a little bracket, and it means that I can't tighten up the fuel line. It's getting it on when lights close their tired eyes. That's only we do. Oh, you beggar. You flipping beggar. If you're not already following me on Instagram, bounce over there. The link is right here. There's a lot of stuff I post on there that never ever makes it to video. And there's a lot of stuff that I do during the day. Various things that I see, stupid ideas that I come up with, that I post on there that never ever ever make it to YouTube. You'll enjoy it. Check it out. After all that hard work, I deserve a drink. But you didn't see that coming. So this is the stuff that she has to gargle with from time to time. Just run it through the fuel tank, and it should keep that carbon buildup under control. We shall see. I've heard good things about it, as I mentioned. MVG products stand by their line, even with some warranties. So check them out. Okay, everything connected up that I'm aware of. Camera recording, battery connected, fuel in, and the moment that I've been waiting for and dreading. Okay, everything connected up, battery connected, fuel in, and the moment that I've been waiting for and dreading. So, let's do this. Come on, baby girl. Well, she's running. I'm sure she's not going to sound like that. She's pretty, eh? She looks so flipping good. Look at that, you could just pinch it. Well, for today, people, I'm going to call that a win. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get her running properly. See what happens now. I'll leave her running for 20-25 minutes or so, maybe even longer, just so that she has a couple of really good heat cycles. The heat comes on, the fans come on, bring the temperature back down again. Yeah, it's a win for today. We'll take that. And that, blokes and blokettes, brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Toodle pip.